team at Remax up in Whistler. How are you? I'm here again with Eileen Craig at Sea to Sky Mortgages. Hi Eileen.
Hi Denise.
Thanks for joining me. Today we're actually going to go back to fundamentals and we're going to talk about what does a mortgage broker do. So rather than just going into your bank and saying, hi, I want a mortgage, Eileen's going to tell you what your options are.
As a mortgage broker, I will shop around and find you the best mortgage based on your application and the property that you're looking for. In Whistler, we see so many different property types and so many different borrower types.
Right.
So as a mortgage broker, this is all I do. When you go to the bank, your banker does a lot of things, but we just do mortgages. So we have a good idea of what type of mortgage you're going to need or want for the type of property that you're looking at.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And depending on, so what I'll do is I'll take your mortgage application. We'll determine, and in taking your mortgage application, I'm looking at your whole financial picture.
Is that right?
Yes.
So you can just fill it out all online, very easy from whatever location you are.
Yes. So you can fill it out online. The information comes directly to me, and then I'll contact you and we'll discuss what kind of supporting documents I need.
That's what I was going to ask
Yes.
next. Do I need to do that as I'm filling in the form, or you're going to follow up with me
I'm
and
going to
say,
follow up with you.
I need this and this and this and this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So, and what we're going to be looking for is we're going to be looking for income confirmation, creditworthiness, and down payment. And then I put all of that together and figure out how much you can afford to borrow based on whatever your situation is. You might be buying your first home, you might be buying your 12th home, right? So
when do you do a credit report? When would you actually run that through? Sorry, credit rating report.
we'll run that. It depends on what you're doing. If you're ready to purchase a home, then we're going to run that credit report
Like if
right
you
away.
if you said, okay, I'm writing a contract, get me started.
Or even if you're looking. But if you're at the point where you've got your down payment and we know you've got good employment, we're going to run that credit report.
Because I think in the US, they're great concern about the amount of times that they run a credit rating report because it affects their rating. And so is there a soft report?
No,
There's not a soft report
There's
in Canada?
not a soft report in Canada, no. We just, we get a credit report. And the credit report is designed for you to have inquiries, right? They expect you to make some inquiries.
The Canadian system.
The Canadian system, yes.
So it's different than the US system where they go, oh, she's looking at something, she's going to shop.
Well, I'm not 100% certain how that affects their our system is designed to know that you are looking for a mortgage. If you go to a couple of mortgage lenders, it should recognize that you're looking for the same thing. But if you go and you apply for a credit card, you apply for a car loan, and you also look for a mortgage, that's going to drop your score.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But either way, if you go to the mortgage broker, to you, Eileen, you're only applying for one credit report.
One credit report.
Where if you go to several banks, there may be multiple credit reports.
There might be.
And so you'd hope that they'd recognize that as one, but you never know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the benefit of going through a broker is that I eliminate you having to go here, here, and here.
Yes.
So I will shop the mortgage for you.
Yeah.
And there's no cost to use our service. It's a free, the banks, the lenders pay us for finding them good customers. It's a rare instance where we need to charge a broker fee. And if that happens, we let the client know that up front. So it's not something that they're going to be surprised with.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've filled the form out online. Sorry, we've decided to buy. We've gone to Eileen and said, Eileen, I want to buy this property or a property that's like this. And we filled out the form online, and we know that we've got supporting documents, which we send to Eileen, and then Eileen does what?
Eileen looks at them and makes sure that they match what we've got on the system. So basically, I'm vetting the documents. I'm making sure that we can support everything we put in our application.
Right.
Because there is no such thing as a true pre-approval. When you look for a mortgage pre-approval, the bank's not actually looking at your documents. They're just looking at the fact that I've input, you make this much money, you have this kind of credit, and you should qualify for that mortgage. But at Sea to Sky, we make sure we look at your mortgage, at your documents up front, because we want to know that you really are prepared to purchase what you want to purchase.
You don't want to get to like in the middle of your contract writing process and suddenly the bank goes, oh, hang on, no, because you've submitted the documents then, not early on as a soft pre-approval, I guess, because Eileen's soft pre-approving you, and so then you can't get to financing. One important part of the approval process, though, is the bank has to approve the property. So although, you know, your credit rating's great, you've got the employment income, it's been regular, everything's honky-dory, you've got the deposit, everything's good, if the bank doesn't approve the property itself, then you won't get the financing. So you may be good, like I might be great, but then I'm buying a property that they don't like. And some of the ones that they don't like are leasehold properties or cooperatives or different things like that. So that's where, you know, having a conversation with us ahead of time about it, or I will be telling you ahead of time too, if there's anything, you know, hopey about it, if you can get financing or not, or what your options will be straight away. Before you get to Eileen, if I know, otherwise Eileen will stop you there as well, because we know that there's, in some cases it's impossible. So you don't want to get into the contract process and suddenly get stopped there too. But just know that after Eileen's done all her things and you have got soft pre-approval from the bank saying that yes, you're okay, the property itself still has to get approved. And a bank appraiser actually visits the property and they go, yep, it looks like everything that it says it does, and they look at our listing system and says, yep, that's about the right value, you know, everything looks good, tick, sign off, and they tell the bank it's okay, and the bank tells you it's okay,
and then we get the approval.
And then we get a written approval. And you haven't bought the property until you get that. Well, you actually haven't got approval for your financing until you do that, and we don't, you know, commit you 100% until you get that. Because we're taking care of you to make sure that you're not buying something that you don't have the money for.
Correct.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yes. So, is there anything else that we should touch on as far as the brokering process is?
As far as the brokering process, no, it's more we want our clients to be as prepared as they can be. So just make sure that your taxes are up to date, because that's we're no longer just being able to accept the job letter and a pay stub from your employer. We need to see full tax returns. The banks want to know that your taxes are up to date, and they want to confirm that you are making the average income that you say you are. Also, if you decide you're going to become self-employed,
how many years is that of income? Is that 2 years?
It's 2 years. We want to see 2 years of full tax returns as a self-employed individual. So if you are thinking of buying and you're currently in your job and you're thinking you might want to become self-employed, don't do it until you've purchased your home.
I'll tell you one more thing. If you're a sole proprietor and you decided to become incorporated, that restarts your 2 years.
It can, yes.
Yes. Well, I'm Personal Real Estate Corporation.
Oh, there you go.
Restarted my 2 years. But anyway, it is what it is. So we know that being organised ahead of time, which I like.
Yes.
Talking to a mortgage broker, which will give you options, because their idea is to be organised, help you be organised, get all the information, verify it, and then go, okay, who is going to offer my client the best rate? And Eileen has relationships with a lot of people, and we'll also know the type of property that you're buying. This has been offered to somebody else that you might be able to get as well. So it's all about the relationships that we're doing. So sometimes your mortgage broker in the city may be okay. You might have a lovely relationship with them, but you also may want to have a conversation with Eileen, because Whistler is unique.
It is unique.
Which we know is unique. So yes, love them too, but just in case.
Sometimes it's better to
just have like a little chat and go, okay, what should I do? Right?
Yeah.
And same with your branch manager. Love them too, but if they're going to go, oh my God, it's just too difficult at the last minute, you'd rather have had a conversation with Eileen in the beginning before you lose your mind. Okay? Anyway, so that's enough from us.